Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are in Lothering. We just met Sten, Canary, and prisoner in the cage. And let's go into the chantry and see if we can get him to join.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, My hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Greetings? You don't talk much, do you?
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's chanted Devons.
Is he touched in the head or something?
No, he's a chanter. One of them that can only say the chant of light. His board has letters of good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and unto the Maker.
So if I wanted to thatch a roof, I talk to him?
There's all sorts of things on his board. Even traveling sellswords sometimes turn in postings.
So he really can't speak at all.
Unless it's the chant of light, no.
And so Rajmael in the heathen temple recanted. Speak only the word, sing only the chant, then the golden city is thine, spoke Andraste.
The Maker is a righteous ass. Anything to say to that?
Sometimes we throw pebbles at him. Doesn't work either.
The chanter says what?
What?
Oh, you got him to speak. Ha!
What hath man's sin wrought?
Oh, he cheated.
Cheater. Have anything interesting on the board?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
I am truly amazed. A Mabari, and a good one. I haven't seen many like you. Okay. I will keep my distance, don't worry. You may not want to admit it, but I know you are also glad to see me again.
Aww. Let's... Bandits everywhere. As transcribed on behalf of Sir Bryant, Templar and Defender of the Faith. Know that all those who prey upon refugees do so under pain of death. The Maker spurns bandits and their kind. The Templars offer a sizable reward for the apprehension or execution of the bandit leaders, plying their trade in the northern wood and roads. Beware, the bandits are numerous and of considerable skill. Only a well-armed and well-trained party should brave the deep wood. We pray for the success of any who undertake this mission. Residents of good standing and passing travelers have indicated there are 3 bandit groups in the northern wood. This humble chanter would echo Sir Bryant's caution, lest you wind up another victim to these evil men. The reward for such service is 3 sovereigns. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Well, I think we can accept that.
The legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts.
Please
Please, you're scaring the children! Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands! There! One of their minions is already amongst us! This man bears their evil stench! Can you not see the vile blackness that fills him?
Who, me? Why don't you keep your voice down?
I watch the Black Horde descend on my people! I will not be silent!
Please stop! Somebody shut his mouth!
But isn't he right? The ban left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us!
You poor man. What happened to you?
My family, my clan, those creatures butchered them all. Some of us fled here, but we cannot escape the Darkspawn!
It must have been horrible. How did you escape?
No! I won't listen to the words of a man tainted by Darkspawn!
I'm not evil. Please, won't you talk to me?
I ran, hearing my wife's screams as they dragged her off.
Scaring these people won't get her back.
You are right. I will go.
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
There's always hope. Muster your courage.
You're right. We can't give up.
But we can't fight. What are we supposed to do?
We can't lie down and die either. We must go north to Denerim.
Here, boy.
Darkspawn will
Here,
feast
boy.
on your living
What a
heart.
good boy.
They will take your children!
Listen, you can't hate me forever. You can't blame me for trying. Quite frankly, we need to change this arrangement. We should get along better. Well, it's a start.
Oh, he's a good boy. Who's a good boy? See anything interesting, boy? Dog seems to have found a slightly dirty pair of silk pantaloons. Interesting. Haha! Aha! One can never have too many pairs of pantaloons. He's a good boy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Aw, he's a good little puppy.
As you wish.
Oh no, 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 no. How many times do I have to tell you, do not use my blanket?
The main horde. The only hope of protection this village has.
I'm aware I smell bad as it is. I do not need extra Mabari smell. I don't find it funny. Make a sake, are those fleas? Oh, and Drosty's grace.
Oh, poor Roland. Or poor puppy, I don't know which. Sir Bryant?
Yes? Who might you be?
Well, I'm the Grey Warden, Soren.
I see. I am Sir Bryant, commander of the Lothering Templars. Tern Loghain declared all Grey Wardens traitors responsible for the king's death. You know this, I hope.
The Grey Wardens did no such thing.
I don't believe the Grey Wardens would be as careless or malicious as the Tarn claims. But either way, there it is. It is best you not linger, though. Just in case.
Is there any other help you can offer?
I cannot openly help you, I fear, but... Here, take this key. It opens the large cabinet on the far wall. There is more there than we can carry when we evacuate, so take what you need.
About those bandits outside the village.
Maker's breath, how many times must we drive them off?
Well, one less. I drove them off myself.
Indeed? They're gone?
It's true. I saw the bastard running for the hills myself.
That's an impressive feat indeed. Will you accept a small reward for your efforts?
Certainly. Thank you.
If it interests you, there is a Chanter's board outside full of quests that need doing. The Chanters even offer pay for some of them. Now, unless there's something else you need.
Things seem very dire in this village.
They are. With the ban having taken his men north, the village is left to its fate. We will evacuate as many as we can before the horde reaches us. I will stay as long as I am needed. Now, unless there's something else you need.
I should go.
Travel safely, and may the Maker watch over you.
Book. The First Blight, Chapter 1. Thedas is a land of fierce diversity, from the assassin princes of Antiva to the fated griffins of the Anderfels. But in my travels I have found one tale that unites the people of this land. It is a story of pride and damnation, and although the telling differs, the essence of the tale remains the same. At the height of its power, the Tevinter Imperium stretched over much of Thedas, uniting the known world under the rule of the tyrannical Magisters. It is said that the old gods whom the Magisters worshipped gave them the knowledge of blood magic, and the Magisters used this forbidden power to cement their rule. The blood of elven slaves and humans alike ran down imperial altars to fuel Magister greed. The tales of their excesses so horrifying that one can only be grateful that blood magic is prohibited today. But all that stands tall must eventually fall. Perhaps they foresaw their ruin, or perhaps their pride knew no bounds. But whatever the reason, the Magisters dared to open a magical portal into the Golden City at the heart of the Fade. They sought to usurp the Maker's throne, long left it unattended in the Golden City after the Maker turned his back on his creations. They would storm heaven itself with their power and become as gods. This is what the Chantry, in its oft-exercised tendency to understate, refers to as the second sin. According to most versions of the tale, the Magisters did indeed reach the Golden City and walked into the home of the Maker, where no living being before them had dared or been able to tread. But humanity is not meant to walk in heaven. The Magisters were wicked with pride and other sins, and their presence tainted the Golden City. What once was a perfect holy citadel became a twisted home of darkness and nightmares. The Magisters were expelled back through their gateway and cursed for their treachery. As the Golden City had been tainted, so were the Magisters twisted and transformed into things of darkness, the very first of the Darkspawn. The Golden City, once a shining beacon at the heart of the Fade, became the Black City, a reminder of all that man's pride has cost. From Tales of the Destruction of Thedas by Brother Genitivi, Chantry Scholar.
Who? I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donald? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to Turn Logain.
If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Logain straight soon enough.
If he were well? What do you mean?
The Arl is stricken with an illness that threatens his life. We have found no cure, either natural or magical.
When did this happen?
Only a few weeks ago, but he has declined quickly. No one knows the nature of the illness, and even magic has done little to slow its progress. Our only hope now is a miracle. Every knight of Redcliffe has gone in search of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness, but I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
I was hoping to meet Arl Eamon, in fact.
Why is that, if I may ask?
We need his help against Teyrn Logain.
I see. The Arl is a popular man, it's true. Teyrn Logain, however, is a hero throughout Ferelden. Whatever the Teyrn has done or not done, the Arl remains ill, or worse. That is my primary concern.
Do you think Logain is involved with the Arl's illness?
The Arl fell ill before the king died. But what if Logain planned that too? Oh, such thoughts do not sit well with me.
We should see what's happening in Redcliffe ourselves. I believe that now more than ever.
If nothing else, I am certain you would be welcomed at Castle Redcliffe. The Arlessa is there, and she could tell you more than I could.
Shouldn't you be fleeing the Darkspawn?
My mission takes priority. But I fear I shall be returning to Redcliffe with nothing to show for my efforts.
So your quest for the ashes brought you here?
I expected to take advantage of the Chantry's library, in fact, but my skills are better suited to battle than chasing down tales.
Your friend, Sir Henrik, is dead. I have something of his.
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
I'm sorry about your friend.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
Tell me more about this urn of sacred ashes.
Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
I'd just like to hear what you've learned.
If you're truly interested, there are books here containing a great deal of lore. Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, good sir. You have been most helpful.
Sacred Ashes of Andraste. Only one person witnessed Maferath's betrayal, Havard the Aegis, a childhood friend of Maferath. He accompanied his chief to the meeting with the Tevinters, not realizing what was planned. When he understood that Maferath was giving Andraste over to be executed, Havard, unwilling to draw swords against his friend and liege, placed himself between Andraste and the Tevinter soldiers. The Tevinters struck him down, and Maferath left him for dead. Gravely wounded, Havard made his way to the gates of Minrathous to stop the execution. When he reached it, the terrible deed was already done, the armies on the plains long since dispersed. Havard, cursing his weakness, gathered the earthly remains of Andraste that had been left to the wind and rain, and wept. When his fingers touched the pile of ash, his ears filled with song, and he saw before him a vision of Andraste, dressed in cloth made of starlight. She knelt at his side, saying, The Maker shall never forget you so long as I remember. The song faded, and the vision with it, and Havard was alone. But his wounds were healed. With new strength Havard took up the ashes of Our Lady, and bore them back to the lands of the Alamari. From Thetis, Myths and Legends.
And when the Maker spoke, a chant of light scattered in the darkness, a word to spare fear and ignorance. Let those who cry out from the shadows be comforted.
You ever wonder
Those who
if
seek
that's an
redemption
accurate
be
likeness of
delivered.
Andraste?
Let those who have
Maybe she
sinned
was ugly.
be forgiven.
Maybe she had buck teeth.
And when the chant spreads
How would we
across
know?
all four corners of the world, let it rise at last to the ears of the Maker. Let him hear our unwavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication and enduring perseverance.
And then shall the Maker return.
Adventures of the Black
Then
Fox.
shall the Maker return.
Born Lord Remy Vascal in 863 Blessed, the Black Fox was a dashing thief and rogue who went on to inspire so many tales of his exploits that it is nearly impossible to determine today which are true and which are merely fabricated legend. Despite coming from nobility, he has become something of a hero of the common people. His initial exploits involved ridiculing the tyrannical and powerful Lord of Valchevan. Wearing a mask, he would appear in public and disrupt the Lord's plans to the point that the Lord angrily put a huge bounty on the life of this cunning fox, the origin of the nickname which stuck. That the primary bounty hunter who took the job, Carolus, ended up becoming Remy's lifelong partner in crime, only after nearly killing him several times, is one of the most popular tales told in taverns today. The story is often exaggerated to make Remy appear initially buffoonish, until Carolus becomes so furious at the Black Fox's inexplicable ability to survive that the cunning Remy gains the upper hand, which impresses Carolus so much that the bounty hunter joins him. After years of terrorizing the Lord's men and foiling his tax collectors, a favorite pastime of Remy's according to the Orlesian commoners, Remy was supposedly betrayed by his lover Savannah de Montfort. In some versions of the tale, a mage of the circle no less, and captured. After more than a year of torture, Remy was rescued from prison by his compatriots, including a repentant Savannah, and together they escaped Orlais. In this period of Remy's adventures, he appears almost everywhere in Thetis. As his legend grew, more innkeepers and merchants were happy to claim that the Black Fox had visited their village or establishment and performed some legendary feat. If the tales are to be believed, Remy led the Lord's men on the merry chase. He became embroiled in political intrigue and in Navarra, was hunted by the crows of Antiva, and then kidnapped by a powerful mage and Tevinter. In each situation, Remy escaped death at the last moment, foiled the evildoer, and improved life for the poor and downtrodden. Then, inevitably, he rejoined his band of adventurers and moved on to the next land. His companions Carolus and Savannah, the wise dwarf Bullock, and the tempestuous knight Sir Clementus have each spawned their own individual legends over the years. The stories all agree that, at some point, the Black Fox disappeared. He and his fellow adventurers voyaged into the heart of the Arlathan forest, seeking the sunken city of the elves, and never returned. Many more are the tales that expand on what ultimately happened to them in that forest, and postulate on how they could someday be rescued. From The Adventures of the Black Fox by Gaston Geralt, 911 Dragon.
return to the Black City in heaven, and then shall the chant of light make it
On.
pure. Let all mankind be humble.
Fearing that that Mavras' supporters would defile them, Havard took the ashes of Andraste to a secluded place high in the mountains, and there he carved from the living rock an urn to hold them. Time passed, and the whereabouts of the urn faded from memory. Perhaps it was the Maker's will that only the most worthy should find his beloved's final resting place. Now we have only the legends, such as that of the Chevalier Lothering, who quested to find the urn to save his dying daughter, and either found it in time to cure her, or returned 100 years after her death. The ballads end less than certain on that point.
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the words dispels the darkness upon us.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Chant of light gathered in the darkness.
Small bronze plate with the symbol of a flame stamped into it. Bronze symbol of Andraste.
Words of despair, fear, and ignorance. Let those who cry out from the shadows be comforted. Let those who seek redemption be delivered. Let those who have sinned be forgiven.
And when the chant spreads across all four corners of the world, let it rise.
Yes? What can I do for you?
I have a letter for you from the Blackstone Irregulars.
I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my sister. Sure, sign the paper, she said. You'll enjoy some coin now, but they'll be back. I guess I'll see you on the front lines.
Let him hear our unwavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication and enduring perseverance.
Ancient Elven Boots. Canary Commander Boots.
And then shall the Maker return to us. And then shall the Maker return to the Black City in heaven. And then shall the chant of light make it pure. Let all mankind...
Good day, Sister Liliana. I'm surprised to see you're still in Lothering.
It is good to see you as well, Your Reverence.
I do not recognize your companion. Greetings. Will you be making a donation to the Chantry? Our need has never been greater.
What tithe is acceptable?
Might I suggest 30 silver?
I can offer 5 sovereigns.
These poor souls will weep at your generosity. Thank you. What can I do for you then?
I'm a Grey Warden. I need your help.
A Grey Warden? Here? Oh dear. You put me in a difficult position. You must know that Tairn Loghain declared the Grey Wardens to be outlaws.
So I've heard, but it is Loghain who betrayed the king.
Tairn Loghain? That is as hard for me to believe as his condemnation of the Wardens. There is a price on your head. Lay low, and I promise to keep your presence a secret. That is the best I can do. Now, if there is nothing else...
Well, I want to talk about Sten, the Canary you've imprisoned.
It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you?
Is there any way I can convince you to release him?
Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers.
I was thinking you might release him into my custody.
And what do you say on this, Liliana? You know your friend better than I.
These are unusual times, Your Reverence. With us, the Kunari might do some good. I am sure of it, in fact.
Were things not so desperate? Very well, I trust you. Take these keys to his cage and make her watch over you.
Thank you, Your Reverence. Your trust is not misplaced.
Saw that. Commander's mask, arm guards, Sten uniform. The Imperial Chantry. There are those who would tell you that the Chantry is the same everywhere as it is here, that the divine in Val Royeaux reigns supreme in the eyes of the Maker, and that this fact is unquestioned throughout Thedas. Do not believe it. The Maker's second commandment, magic must serve man, not rule over him, never held the same meaning within the ancient Tevinter Imperium as it did elsewhere. The Chantry there interpreted the rule as meaning that mages should never control the minds of other men, and that otherwise their magic should benefit the rulers of men as much as possible. When the clerics of Tevinter altered the chant of light to reflect this interpretation of the commandment, the divine in Val Royeaux ordered the clerics to revert to the original chant. They refused, claiming corruption within Val Royeaux, an argument that grew until, in 487 Towers, the Chantry in Tevinter elected its own legitimate and uncorrupted divine, Valhalla, who was not only male, but also happened to be one of the most prominent members of the Tevinter Circle of the Magi. This black divine was reviled outside Tevinter, his existence an offense to the Chantry in Val Royeaux. After 4 exalted marches to dislodge these rebels, all that the Chantry in Val Royeaux accomplished was to cement the separation. While most aspects of the Imperial Chantry's teachings are the same, prohibitions against magic have been weakened, and male priests have become more prevalent. The Circle of the Magi today rules Tevinter directly, ever since the Archon Nomarin was elected in 734 Storm, directly from the ranks of the enchanters, to great applause from the public. He dispensed with the old rules forbidding mages from taking part in politics, and within a century, the true rulers within the various imperial houses, the mages, took their places openly within the government. The imperial divine is now always drawn from the ranks of the first enchanters, and operates as divine and grand enchanter both. This is utter heresy to any member of the Chantry outside of Tevinter, a return to the days of the Magisters, which brought the blights down upon us. But it exists, and even though we have left the Tevinter Imperium to the mercies of the dread Qunari, still they have endured. Further confrontation between the Black Divine and our so-called White Divine is inevitable. From Edicts of the Black Divine by Father David of Quirinus, 811 Blessed.
Let him hear our unwavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication and enduring perseverance.
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Do you ever regret leaving the Chantry?
No, never. Do you?
Yes. You may not believe it, but I found peace there. The kind of peace I've never known.
It used to get so quiet at the monastery that I would start screaming until one of the brothers came running. I would tell them that I was just checking. You never know, right?
No, I never did anything like that. I enjoyed the quiet.
Suit yourself. The look on their face was always priceless.
Oh, Alistair.
As you wish.
It's done.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
You think I'm a refugee?
You look better armed than most refugees that come through. Not implying you're a deserter or the like. I'll trust you can take care of yourself.
Actually, I was more hoping I could help you.
Don't need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. Don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
I know a bit about herbalism.
Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travellers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
More than just plants. Elder Miriam has requested that you use your skill with herbs to craft some lesser health poultices for the injured refugees of Lothering. 3 of these should suffice. Refer to her note for specifics. Well, let's see if we can... Aha! 1, 2, 3!
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods?
I didn't need them. Here you go.
This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
Right.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps?
I'm quite familiar with traps and the like.
I would happily pay you to make some. There's wood and nails and other goods around the village and the forest. But you probably already know that. Sorry. Come back if you make some.
Okay. Traps are a girl's best friend.
Did you make any traps?
I have the traps for you.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you, stranger.
You wish something more of me?
I have the key to open your cage.
I confess, I did not think the priestess would part with it.
Well, she kind of agreed to release you into my custody.
So be it. Set me free and I will follow you against the Blight.
Very well. I'll let you out.
And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
Thank you, Stan. Glad to have you with us.
May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
Oh, blast it.
Yes.
On it.
I tried to be merciful.
Show me what you've got.
thought everything was out. Get us. On. No mercy! Let's get started.
Oh.
Only one shall stand. This should be easy enough. You're getting sloppy. You're mine. Fear is your weakness. Watch out! Show me what you've got.
You killed all 3 of the bandit groups north of Lothering. Report back to the Chanter for a reward. Excellent. Okay, we get a specialization. Let's go with Spirit Healer. We kinda need a healer in our party.
As you wish.
What now?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
3 Hull Sovereigns.
This should be easy enough.
When bears attack. On behalf of Ted the Farmer, and his departed son, I inscribe this missive. As the Maker is my witness, I charge all those with knowledge of arms and armor to brave the dangers of the northern wood, to find the family of bears that mauled and killed the boy Eneth, for they are an abomination in the Maker's sight, and their hides would prove great comfort to the northern farms and solace for Ted's family. As chanter for Lothering, I do pledge a sum of 1 sovereign to whoever carries out the Maker's will. Exercise caution first and foremost. May his light bathe us all. A last keepsake. A thanks to all villagers who've opened their barns and crofts to the refugees in these dark times. The Chantry regularly hears praise from our visitors, and your virtuous deeds are mentioned in many prayers. Sadly, there is a lone boy in the village whose mother, good wife Sarah, is missing. As she has been missing for the better part of a week, as of this writing, she is presumed dead. May the Maker bless her passing. She was a lady of middle years, with red hair and fond of a green cloak. If any traveler or resident comes across her in the wilds, please return her body or the effects on her remains. In later years, the boy will be thankful to have such keepsakes to remember his brave mother by. The office of the chanter will compensate this kindness with a sum of 50 silvers. May the Maker turn his gaze upon us all. On us all.
Come and get it!
Stay still!
Defend yourself!
Here we go!
I got it!
Let's get started.
The battle is finished.
Mabari Dominance. Mabari hounds are descended from pack hunters, and like their ancestors, they are highly influenced by a defined order of dominance. The primary method of determining that order is by claiming territory through scent marking major landmarks. Once established, the dominant Mabari gains a substantial increase in confidence and stature within his territory, a trait that indirectly benefits master as well as hound.
one shall stand. On your guard! You had it coming. Time for some fun. Show me what you've got. As you wish.
The boys found the body of the boy's mother and have recovered her keepsake. Toxin extract. As one would expect, extracted venom from various creatures often makes potent poisons.
It's either you or me, and it isn't going to be me. Let's get started. This should be easy enough.
The path of righteousness is full of hardship, but the Maker smiles upon its travelers. And the stars stood still, the winds did quiet, and all animals of earth and air held their breath. All was silent in prayer and thanks.
You helped all the villagers who had notices on the Chanter's board. Chanter Devon rewarded you with a sword to thank you. The Oath Keeper. No more quests. Okay.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something?
I am indeed. Let's see what you have.
All right. Just don't buy everything up.
dirty pair of pantaloons. These pantaloons, crusted with soil, were probably buried for years before the Mabari dug them up. On closer inspection, it appears that they were once either gold or silver in color. I think we're done here in Lothering. Time to move on.
We done heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalen, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies. Attack!
Oh, great. Waste of life, but not by choice.
Someone help us!
Oh jeez, Darkspawn.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
Well, you're welcome.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
No, I doubt you want to travel with a Grey Warden.
Grey Wardens? My, that does rather explain a lot. No offence, but I suspect there's more excitement on your path than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune, though.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
Blood Mage. Sealed letter. Maleficarum regrets. I won't go back. Let them hunt and dread finding me. But you, Melis, should not live this life. It would please me if you found a life in the Circle Tower. I left a few things there, mostly stolen from the enchanters. Sell them to fund a new path. The cash is in the study area, middle alcove. Goodbye. Belle Gruce. Quest complete. Lothering and the Imperial Highway. You have traveled past Lothering and are now on the Imperial Highway, which runs through all of Ferelden. The highway will take you to the various places you need to go. Redcliffe, the Brazilian Forest, the Circle of Magi's Tower, and the Dwarven City of Orzammar.
So, you are Canary.
Your grasp of the obvious is remarkable.
I was trying to make some conversation. I like to know the people who I travel with.
Why?
Why? Well, for one, because we must depend on one another, and I need to know who I can trust with my life.
I am Kunari. As long as you do not make yourself my enemy, I will aid you. I can promise nothing else.
That's fine, I guess. While we battle Darkspawn, we are on the same side.
For the moment, you are the enemy of my enemy.
Okay. Oh jeez. Whoa. What was that? A nightmare?
Bad dreams, huh?
It seems so real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
The Archdemon. Is that the dragon?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Thank you, Alistair. I appreciate it.
That's what I'm here for. To deliver unpleasant news and witty one-liners. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Enchantment? Well, I think this is as good a place as any to stop. When we come back, we'll explore the camp, talk to our companions. Till next time, have a good day, everyone.